This is the Seven Sisters Cliff, and today I'm hiking through this stunning part of England. Honestly, the views are unreal. You've probably seen photos of the Seven Sisters White Cliffs, but actually walking it, that's a whole different experience. If you're into hiking with jaw-dropping coastal scenery, stick around. This one's special. So I've been on the road now for about an hour and a half en route to the Seven Sisters Cliffs, and who's joining me? Well, the driver himself, Mr. Conman Conay. So it should be a great adventure. We should spend around a couple of hours at the Seven Sisters Cliffs. Typically the trek takes around 6 hours to complete, but it should be a great day. So still about half an hour to go before we reach. So just reached the South Downs Way in Seaford en route to the Seven Sisters Cliff. So it's about a 45-minute walk before the actual hike itself begins. So just if you look at the scenic area around, so this is just the beginning point, but we've got a fair bit to go before we reach the beach itself, which will be a great experience. But once we reach the beach, we'll be there for about half an hour or so, and then we go up to be able to climb the cliffs and then go from one cliff to another all the way to Eastbourne, depending on time, if we're able to make it on time, because it was quite a hefty traffic jam to get here. But I mean, it's a very beautiful, very scenic experience already, as I show you around. In fact, people here do a bit of kayaking. So we've reached the beach here at Cockmere Haven, which is the start of the Seven Sisters Cliff Trail. It's a beautiful beach, I mean, very scenic. And right behind me, you will see, is the White Cliff itself, if my finger can point there. So that's where the trail itself will begin, and we will go up one of the Seven Sisters Cliffs and try to see how many of them we can get through. But I mean, just the landscape of it is quite windy, even though it's a really sunny, warm day. So I think if you are coming here, just be mindful that the wind can take its toll on you, even though you've yet to even walk up the cliffs itself. I mean, the hike itself will take around 6 hours to complete. But why not? I mean, if you're traveling out of London or you're coming to England for the very first time and you want to do something scenic outside of London, the Seven Sisters Cliff, even though I've just started, is an absolute treasure. So straight ahead there is the lighthouse. I mean, we aim to go there depending on how long it takes us, but as you can see, the trail will take you zigzag up, down, all the way across many cliffs until you reach the lighthouse itself. So just bear in mind, you do need plenty of time, so to get here early would be the ideal thing. As I begin the second uphill climb, just some word of advice is that always carry a bottle of water with you. You must stay hydrated, because this will keep going up and down, up and down, up and down. And wearing the appropriate footwear as well. You need no sandals, no high heels, trainers, and also good pair of socks that doesn't always slip. So a few things to keep in mind as you're walking up the Seven Sisters Hills. So look at this decline and then the incline. So we are going to take a break once we are up onto that cliff there. Wish me luck. So heading up the next cliff so far. I mean, taking it slow and steady. There's no rush. So my word of advice to you again is take it easy as you're walking up. I mean, other than the trail and what you're hiking, there isn't much else to do or see. So you've got the sea on one side, you've got the cliff, the white cliffs that you do see. But the actual experience itself, always take a break in between, because it does make you tired. But more importantly, if you're expecting a lot of action and a lot of adventure, I mean, adventure you'll get, but action, no. It's very, very slow, very, very steady, the experience itself. My feelings and thoughts is it's probably a once occasion that you would do this, and after that probably not, but still worth the visit because the landscape view, as I say, is amazing. And running down the cliff like that, that's one thing you mustn't do. Poor child, if he fell, oh gosh. But the funny thing is, my phone is showing 5:30 and my friend's phone is showing 4:30. Whose time is correct, we have absolutely no idea. So we don't know if we've been trekking for 2 hours or 3 hours. Completely clueless right now. But I guess that's part of the adventure. Oh, we're coming towards a bit of a pit stop here. I'll show you what I mean. So we've reached the William Charles Monument. This will be one of your first stops that you come across. Next up, we'll be heading straight down, still a good around an hour or so walk away would be the next particular stop. So just about to walk up probably the most steepest climb so far. And I am taking the slowest steps I could possibly take. And you can see the struggle. My friend Konai right there. You're struggling, mate.
Yeah. This one's hard, man.
So if you look behind me, here's the steepness of this particular climb. So it took about a good 4 or 5 minutes just to get up because you're going at a slow and steady pace. Because what you don't want to do, the last thing you want to do is pull a muscle on your leg. But as you sort of go up each one gives a spectacular view. I mean, my goodness, each cliff itself is a different feeling, different viewpoint, and a different challenge. So as the wind continues to batter on this trip, look, there is another beach. So another rocky beach, and that's where we aim to go. And you can see just over there is, on the distance, is that lighthouse monument that we were talking about. But there's that one stop beforehand, which is just the beach there. So that's where we're trying to go. So we're approaching our second stop, a second monument here. These all tell a very historical story as to why they have been preserved and why they have been erected here on the Seven Sisters Cliffs. So this is the highest peak we've walked so far of the Seven Sisters Cliffs, and as you can see, there are poses being done for photos and a lot of people here. Oh, what an interesting pathway this has led to. We are just coming towards the next potential car park, which is actually the route we have to take. So we've just come to the car park, and look what you can buy from here. Ice cream. I mean, very convenient on a hot day after a trek for 3 hours. You can also do your boot cleaning here if your boot's messy. I mean, not with water, it's got some brushes there, as you can see. Interesting. So after a 2.5 to 3 hour hike, we have a cafe, a visitor center at the car park, and most importantly, toilets. So if you need to use the break, which is mostly recommended or highly recommended, then yes, this would be the stop. And of course the beach area is just down there. And the trek continues up a hill. So there's another climb all the way that leads to the lighthouse. Hey, taking some stairs down. A bit of a different experience on this trek. Doesn't it feel good to take stairs, right? Oh, it's beautiful here. It's absolutely stunning. Look at that. As I've just walked down these stairs here on the second beach on our stop. It's a lot of people here, mind you. It's about 5:30 in the evening. The cafe closes, by the way, at 4 o'clock. So at 5 o'clock. So just be mindful of that. So if you are going to start your trek late, you might miss out on the cafe if you come onto this stop, especially if it takes you 2.5 to 3 hours to get here. It's a beautiful trek on these rocky beaches. I'm in quite a mission. You do keep slipping and sliding. But the sound, along with the sound of the sea, it's one for the ears. So just finished off something to eat. Stomach's full. Got a 2.5 to 3 hour trek back to the car park. But it's about 6:30, 6 p.m. or so right here. I mean, my time is horribly wrong in terms of what my phone is telling me, so I don't exactly know what the time is. But the trek back should be really nice, seeing as the stomach is full, got a lot of energy, have a bottle of water, and the sun is about to go down slowly, so it's not as hot. And right now it doesn't feel as windy either. So cool breeze, very nice. So just gonna walk back up those stairs and begin the trek back to the car park. So how would you rate the trip overall today?
Overall, with the scene and the trek itself and the weather, round off, I would give it 8. I would recommend for a nice family day out, bring the kids. The trek is not hard itself. It's just the main thing is getting water and trekking for 2-3 hours, that's it.
That looks like you're just gonna fall off the cliff right there. But that actually is the trek down. Whew, wish me luck. Continue our trek back. You'll notice that the tide has somewhat shifted. So this wasn't there on our trek towards the second car park. So a little changes here and there, but the scenic view as the sun is coming down is highly refreshing. And also the wind has lessened a bit as part of this. So it's a really light breeze, gentle, it's calm on the skin, and the energy you spend going up and down, it is highly rewarding. So it's been an absolutely brilliant day hiking the Seven Sisters Cliffs. Now, if this is something you want to do, I highly recommend, especially when you're here in England, taking a trip outside of London for the very first time, you want to include the Seven Sisters Cliffs. It is a challenge, but the oceanic breeze that you get, it is more than you could ask for in terms of the breeze, the energy, the experience, and the people surrounding who are doing the trek with you. All wonderful people too. Because when you ask for help and support, they're there to help you. So highly recommend you put it on your bucket list. And I hope you enjoyed this trek with me of the Seven Sisters Cliff. And I look forward to seeing you on my next video.